Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, deck number 584, we're going to talk about Yorion, Sky Nomad. Now, this is in the triple sleeve. You can kind of see along the top there. I didn't want that to take away from the borderlessness of it, because I was fortunate enough to pull that one. Buddy Danny got me a full Yorion, then the next day I pulled this one. Anyway, so for 5 mana, we get a 4/5 Bird Serpent. Welcome to Ikoria. The companion ability does not apply when it is in the command zone. Now, I know I have taken the stance of I am going to build the companions with their companion ability in mind when I build the deck. However, this one is not applicable. It's not possible. So, we can't build 120 card decks. So, that just kind of, falls off. It is a flyer. When Yorion enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you control and return those cards to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. So it blinks until the end of turn. Now, we have 2 kinds of blink in Magic. We have the instant blink where they leave and come back. And then we have the delayed blink where they blink and come back at a later point in time, as we're here at the beginning of the next end step. So, I'll be honest with you. It's more or less a pile of cards I want to blink. Let's look at our little bit of ramp. It's not much, We have the Azorius Cluestone, Azorius Locket, Azorius Signet, Azorius Keyrune, Field Miss Border Post, and the Bonder's Ornament. Also, now, Flicker Form was the first card I thought of, right? Simply because we attach it to Yorion. Yorion does that when it enters. So, for 4 mana, we can keep doing it over and over and over, right? So, this is where we get our Blinktastic shenanigans on. Other blink cards, Ghostly Flicker, Cloud Shift, Mist Metal Witch, Turn to Mist, Charming Prince kind of does it. Charming Prince works well, it's an enter the battlefield effect. And White Mane Line, just to put it back in your hand or whatever. I love White Mane Line. It's a very useful card. Soul's Attendant. We're going to have creatures be popping in and out. So, might as well gain some life off of it. So we're using Soul's Attendant and Daxos. Why not, right? So let's get into non-land permanents we want to blink, right? So, Knight of the White Orchid. If somebody's got more lands than us, which, we're playing white-blue, it's not unheard of, ever, we can keep getting that plains as long as it's profitable. Frost Links, tap target creature and opponent controls. Reflector Mage, ETBs. This is a great card, right? Flicker Wisp, kind of following the theme. Banisher Priest, until Banisher Priest leaves the battlefield. So this is useful if you Banisher Priest something and something better comes into play that you really want to exile. So Manowar, I'll blink this. Ooh, yeah, all day long. Dungeon Geist, Master Splicer, making them golems. Felidar Guardian, more blinky. Angel of Finality. But let's look at stuff. I mean, I know I got more creatures here, but I want to look at stuff like enchantments, Can attack or block. We can blink it out, and when it comes back in, attach it to a new creature. Mycosynth Wellspring enters the battlefield or is put into the yard, which is probably not going to happen because we're just going to keep blinking it. You get a land to your hand. The Ichor Wellspring, drawing a card. Wall of Omens, drawing a card. Renegade Doppelganger, Farfinder, getting a basic land. Claustrophobia. What about Parallax Wave? Now we are talking about blinking things to reset. The fading counters, every upkeep you lose a fading counter. So yeah, you can pop it back. Granted, everything that it's removed hits back in play, which also kind of works for our benefit because we can remove a counter, and we get another set of blinks, right? The Wander's a great card, and a lot of decks I play it in is for this first line: prevent all non-combat damage to your permanents. However, you can -2 to exile a big creature. Well, you can only do that twice because there's no plus ability. Now we can reset the Wanderer after we've used it twice. It's down to one loyalty. Blink it, it resets, right? Cast out. Mind control. Oh, you got a bigger creature. Cloud Blazer. Gain 2 life and draw 2 cards? Okay. Peregrine Drake. I mean, is there a better card to blink? Well, okay. That's a matter of opinion. But if we can get the Flicker form and the Peregrine Drake, boy, that's some fun, right? Mull Drifter, who doesn't like drawing cards? Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, got to have that panic button. Aegis Angel, Wisp Weaver Angel, Twilight Shepherd, because when you blink it, it's going to lose that persist counter, right? Frost Titan, our boy Sun Titan, Sunblast Angel. You can kind of control that, right? Because if you're blinking all your creatures, it doesn't matter, and then they come back untapped, and you blow up everything that's tapped. Sphinx of Uthlin. Meteor Golem. We really want to be blinking Meteor Golem and Spine of Ishsa. But more importantly, I think the number one thing that I want to blink is Agent of Treachery. Now, it's I don't have to tell you about how good this card is. It's doing a lot of things in a lot of formats. So, it's a good card. Now, Revel Arc doesn't really fit the bill at all. It's when it leaves the battlefield. But I felt like there was a little bit of synergy there, so I kind of went with it. Tidal Barracuda, giving flash to everything. Propaganda, Azorius Charm. But I want to show you. All right, Vesuvian Shapeshifter. It's got the comes into play ability, or is turn face up, whatever. It's a copy. It's a clone, typical Shapeshifter. And I was like, well, that's a decent ETB effect. But I'm not a responsible human. I am not. Because, if I'm playing with Vesuvian Shapeshifter, I'm probably just going to put the Brine Elemental in there. And I know it doesn't fit anything, but there's a lot of setup for this deck, and you can potentially get hosed quite a bit. So this allows you to... it's the Pickles Lock from years back. It was in the same set. You could actually get this in a draft, but it just helps control the board a little bit, We got Demystify and Unsummon. Now, I realize Unsummon is... I've got this grouped in the removal pile, but it's as much about returning Yorion to our hand when the time merits. Same way with, Chain of Vapor. You could actually, do a little more work with Chain of Vapor if you wanted to. Got a Negate and a Celestial Purge and a Voracious Great Shark now. It's flash. This is not... It is an ETB effect, but this is not something you're going to be blinking because at the end of turn, when it comes back, it's not amazing. There's a few of the other blank cards that may get you an extra use or two out of it. We're going to need a bigger boat. Now, our non-basic lands. Of course, we have Skycloud Expanse, Corehaven. Believe it or not, there was a day in time when Nemesis had just... Yeah. If y'all care about my Corehaven story, holler at me in the comments. That's probably a good 5 or 6 minute story. So I'll get into it if y'all care about it. Encroaching Waste, Temple of the False God. You know, Temple of the False God is one of those cards that people either love or hate. I've never seen anybody that's like, it's all right, But there is like a whole group of players who say it's the worst card. There's a whole group of players say it's one of the greatest cards. I don't know. I just figured I had it. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 colors. You don't really want to go Temple in 3+. I don't think. Prairie Stream, Irrigated Farmland, the Guild Gate, Chancery, Tranquil Cove, and then Evolving Wilds. Using that M20 Evolving Wilds. It's not one of those million that I bought. But that is Yorion. There are better Blink commanders. I mean, we know that. Rune is probably a really good one. I haven't built Rune yet. I've got him just chilling over in the to be used binder, so I've got to do that at some point in time. But I'm building them all, so I had to build Yorion. I like it, and it's a pretty card though. 584 is done on the wall. You'd think I'd slide the table so I don't have to walk as far around. That's a good idea. I don't know why after 584 decks it's just occurred to me. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. And don't forget, if you care about the Corehaven story, let me know. But until then, we're going to shuffle and cut.